Good morning, guys. It's Miss Kent. I'm back with another video. As I promised, if you watched yesterday's video, I'm super excited because today I decided, as you can see in the title, to come back and talk to you about how to actually set your goals for the year and then break them down into quarterly goals and action steps. So what we're going to do is take a look at the planner that I'm using. And I did show you this planner in a couple of videos ago. I am using the Paper and Rose daily planner is what I'm calling it. All right, this is my go-to planner, but she has some really good pages that we can use to give you examples of how to set up your goals for this 12 weeks. Remember, the 12 weeks is an audible that I'm listening to that teaches you how to break down your yearly goals into really actionable steps into the 4 quarters. So if we can just clear this page, I can show you that this is what the cover looked like. So like I said, you can always customize your covers. And so what I did was put like a brick background. I used a girl from, I think it's pronounced the ShushkaShop. And then this is one of Luxbook's Make It Happen, okay? And so when you flip through the planner, she has a template page, and we're gonna be using the goal setting templates, all right? And so she does have a year at a glance, and that is a thing. So the first thing I did was insert a lined paper behind this dashboard that I created. All right, and it says write the vision. So the first thing you want to do is just write the vision of what you want your life to be like, right? And I'm going to do that off camera, but I did want to set up the pages so that you can see that you need to write the vision. And then I added another page. These are not linked pages in her planner, but they are her lined paper. So if you click on these dots down here, she'll give you paper options. And I chose the lined version, and all I did was copy the page. And then you go to the page you want to place it behind. And so I wanted to place it behind this. So I hit paste. Is that the right thing? I must not have copied it. So I had to copy the page first, and I didn't literally copy the page. So if you hit this and hit copy page, when you hit the plus sign, I just showed you the paste page after will be there. Okay, so again, you gotta copy it, literally hit it, and then hit the plus sign behind the page, and then the page will appear. So I included the write the vision, which I will do off camera. And then I have my 10-year vision, my 5-year vision, and my 3-year vision. And I will write those out, hopefully today or this week, and I will keep that behind the vision I have for my life. And how I'm going to get there is what we're going to work on today. So then she has a yearly goal page, and I'm just going to clear the page so you can see what it looked like. So she actually has goals 1, 2, 3, and then she has the January goals with intentions, brain dump, and what went well last month. But since this is the first month of the year, I chose to use the picture of the book that we are reading. I might have messed up. I did. Oh man, because what happened was, and I have to go back and retype all that stuff. If you don't hit the back button, I hit the arrow, then it doesn't bring all your stuff back. But that's fine. I can bring it. All I have to do, and I'm not going to do that on camera, is take a screenshot. And I'm just gonna speed through this process real quick. So just give me a minute. All right. So that didn't take me that long. Maybe a quick 3 minutes to go back and retype what I had. And the reason why I wanted to take the numbers off is because I want to focus of not no order. Like these are not in significance order to how I feel about they pertain to my life. And so the next page I actually copied. I'm not sure why this say January goals. I thought they should say yearly. She had one that said yearly goals. I took the top of this off. This is the second page I created. because I didn't really want to have numbers. And so, but this is supposed to say my yearly goals. Yeah, I'm not understanding. All right, we got to move on. So the first thing we're going to do is look at my first goal. And my first goal, we're going to talk about my faith, right? Because we really want to stay focused on the faith. And that's always, that should be priority number one, honestly. So we're going to talk about my faith goals because it's not habit for me. It's just not. And I need to make it habit, and I want it to be a habit. So anything that you don't do on a regular basis or don't come natural, you got to work at it, right? And so my faith goals, we want to set some action steps, right? And I don't think that this is very stressful. It's nothing that I got to really work on, but I just got to keep it in my forefront. So some of the things that I want to do is pray before I do anything. I want to wake up every morning and pray when I open my eyes. I'm going to resize all of these together. All right. The next thing I want to do is write my prayers down. Okay. And then the next thing I want to do is use my prayer journal for others. I have a prayer journal, so I want to use it. And I don't want this to be about me. I want to spend time praying every day for other people, right? And so then I want to study first thing in the a.m. So after I pray, I want to study. And remember, with the 12-week year, you're designing the life or the vision that you have for yourself. Yeah, study after I pray. I want to annotate the scriptures. I just don't want to listen to it. Right now, I am listening to it. I am getting it done as far as, reflecting, but I need to annotate on the scriptures and not just listen to it, right? How does this apply to me? What can I share with others? Create my faith journal. So I want to continue working on creating my faith journal because I want to continue, documenting and seeing it. I just like it. I like documenting and seeing what I've studied. I need to find a new church. And I need to attend Bible study weekly, whether that's with my friends or if they're not having, I need to go to a Bible study to fellowship. And I need to do that weekly. That's with other people or another person, not just my own understanding. I want to be able to hear other people's, perspectives, ideas, and be able to talk about these things with other Christians, okay? And so that's what I want to do, and I want to share the goodness of God. Once I learn it, I've done what I was supposed to do, then God can use me to share the goodness of God, right? And it's going to be some things I'm going to have to do daily, as you can see, in order to keep this, or for it to become a habit in my life, all right? And so I'm just shrinking this down. And I'm trying to get to where each one is on its own line. I'm not worried about the spacing right now because I'm going to show you a trick. So now that I have all of this resized, if you go over to the text tool and you hit this paragraph button, you literally can decrease or you have to tap it. So once you highlight it, you could go over to the paragraph spacing, and then you can increase or decrease the spacing. And then I need to bring this up a little bit just to see. Okay, that's pretty good. I mean, it's not going to be perfect. Well, it could be perfect. I'm just not perfect. That's better. So the more you work with the spacing, it's not that important to me. I'm okay long as they're on their own line. Goodnotes got its own thing going on right here. So long as everybody's on its own line, that's fine with me. Okay? And so now I have, of course, now I have my action steps. You also are allowed to start your start date and your deadline, right? And so we're going to just start the date because we're doing the 12-week plan. This is not my January goals. That is really bothering me. So we're going to cover this up because these are my yearly goals, and I'm going to fix this, probably copy all this stuff, and if I have to download another one to get the font, then we're going to do that off camera. I can't take that. Oh my goodness. If you hear anything, I apologize. They're in the hallway already. Classes don't start till 9 o'clock. It's 8:43. All right, so the next one that we're going to work on is going to be my personal goals. And I'm going to speed through the typing of some of this, but I do want to go over all my topics. So I got personal goals and I have financial goals. I really feel like these goals are not going to require a lot from me, right? These are the first three that should just be who I am anyway, okay? Reading, studying, budgeting, that should just be natural, but it's not. So we're going to put them on here. My next three goals is what's going to shape me to the next level, okay? So I have my faith goals, I have my personal goals, and I have my financial goals. This is just who I want to be as a person anyway, right? And it doesn't require anything else but for me to do it, right? Faith goals me to pray, study, go to church. It doesn't require anything of me or anybody else to get results from that, to me see that I've accomplished that. Personal goals, I will read 24 books by December. Okay, so that doesn't require anybody. That's all Lynn. I will read 24 books by December. Now, what they said in the book is that it needs to be measurable, right? You need to have some type of number attached to it so that you can track it, okay? And I guess I will study every day. Like, there's no days off for this. I will study, well, let's say pray first. Pray and study every day for 366 this year because we got leap year. All right, we're going to have to resize. So that's measurable, right? I can actually track whether I studied every day for 366, okay? Now, my financial goals is I will save $10,000 this year. I will save $10,000 by December, okay? So that's measurable. I can really come back to you and tell you whether I've saved $10,000 or not. So I can measure this. Okay, we'll work on the aesthetics later. That's not what I'm here for. All right, and so what I'm going to do now is spend my time writing down my action steps, and I'm going to speed through this process, and I'll come back and let you know because I'm going to be real transparent, the steps that I'm going to take in order to do this. right, guys, I finished writing down all of my action steps for my goals. So we're going to kind of like go through them real quick. We talked about our faith goals. So now we're looking at our personal goals, and it needs to be measurable. So I will read 24 books by December. So I will read 2 books a month. I will read 1 self-care and 1 fiction. I will log and summarize each book, okay? My financial goals, I will save $10,000 by December. I will use cash for my weekly spending. I will set up a budget. I will eat at home / cook. I will not buy a book bag because I'm addicted. I will only buy what I need. So I really need to only be buying the things that I need. You know, if I need socks, if I need stuff like that, I'm not going to be slighting myself, but I'm not going to be just spending money. If I want anything that costs over $200, it must come from my allowance. So that means I have to save for those types of items. All right, next is my health. I will weigh 160 by December. So in order to do that, I will fast AFDA for a year. I'm already off to a bad start. I work out 5 days a week. I drink a half a gallon of water. I don't drink alcohol. Drink 16 ounces first when wake up. Set timers for things on my phone so that I can remember. I have a plan for when I get when I'm hungry, so I have a plan for hunger. I work out at home in the mornings. That means there's no excuses. If I don't go to the gym, then I know I got to work out in the mornings. I lift weights 5 times a week. And I must say, this is the one I need to work and tweak on, right? Everything else is falling into place. I'm doing okay. I think the book states that we should do 85% of our goals. So 85% of the time, we should be checking these things off. I post videos 3 times a week. I create thumbnails first. I write the outline second. So this is how I'm going to achieve it. I schedule videos on Sunday. I keep videos under 20 minutes. I pre-write intro and outros. I'm relatable on my videos, and I research topics and ideas to make sure that I'm relevant, right? And so as you go through, this is like the overall. The next step is to kind of like write out the plan for each one of these so you get even more detail. And that will be the last step, I think, according to the book thus far. And so when you go over to January, each month, because this is a 12-week year, you need to be setting your intentions. And so this book or this planner has goals for each month. So when you go to February, I'm not going to do all of them, but there's the February goals. Of course, when you go to March, those are the March goals. And so we're going to be setting these intentions every month. So I pulled out the 3 that I need to work on because they tell you to work on at least 3. And I kind of combine business and financial, right? So I should be posting and not spending money. All that goes into that business section of how I'm going to be operating. I combine my faith and my personal together. And then I have my health, right? So for January, we're going to be posting 3 videos a week. So that's 15 videos, again, measurable. I literally counted them out. I will lose 10 pounds. It's a number value to that where we can actually track it. And then 2 books and 2 Bible chapters that I'll be reading, or 2 Bible books. I shouldn't say chapters. So like Genesis and Job, I'll pick 2 books of the Bible, and I have to read at least 2 books for the month. And it's probably going to increase more, but I need to be working on my schedule, so we're just going to see how that goes. And then you want to be writing down your action steps for January. And the next step after, and it's the same thing that we did prior, I'll be pulling out the things that I need to be doing to post 3 videos a week, which means I need to, on Sunday, I need to plan out my videos on Sunday or revisit if I plan them out. And I want to kind of go through this. I want to make sure I'm writing the outlines for each video. All right. And then I want to try to keep my videos for 15 to 20 minutes. And I need to use a timer to keep me on track. I want to pre-write. All right. And I want to research topics and titles. Okay. And so that's what you're going to do. We're going to kind of like close it out. I'll finish this off camera, but I'm going to go through and write out those specifics. Now, all of the things that you write on the January goals, you literally have to do a checklist, right? And so you're going to use a habit tracker, whatever habit tracker you choose to use. And he said that you need to complete each one by the end of the month, 85%. And I don't know if that's each month or by the end of the year, but 85%. If we're not doing 85% of each specific task, then we're not going to make that goal in 12 weeks. Okay. Now, if you was at 0, anything is an improvement. So we're not going to get discouraged, but that's the goal, to make it a habit. You know, we would like for it to be 100%. But if it's not 85%, and I have gauged mine each week. So at the end of the week, he said, take time to go through and complete your average. So if I was supposed to eat clean 7 days a week, and I did 0. So if I eat a cookie, if I drink a drink, if I drink a ginger ale, anything that comes off of eating clean, then I don't get to check that off, right? If I don't drink a half a gallon of water, if I don't get 2 of those little Stanley cups in, I can't check it off, right? And so you can't lie to yourself. You got to be honest. Now, I am at 100% with keeping my room clean. I'm almost at 100% with my Bible study. So I got 1. Okay, we're going to do 7 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't count for a math teacher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this would have been the 7th day. So that would have been a 6 out of 7. And if you don't know how to figure out your percent, all you do is go to your calculator. I don't know if I have a regular calculator on this thing. You just divide 6 by 7. And that is 85.7%, right? And so with that being 85.7%, I'm going to do this in a different way, but that's what you would do. If you don't do it every day, you got to go through and count. And at the end of the week, he wanted you to keep a tally. So I could literally go in and create like a little chart down here, rewrite all of these or copy them. And you can, I'm just showing you ideas. And you could do week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I could put 0%, 0%. And then I think I did Bible study was 85%. Okay. Workout 5 days a week, 0%. 10, because that first week I was on vacation. Clean my room, it was 100. Now, once something becomes a habit and it becomes part of your day, you don't have to list that topic. So cleaning my room, once I've done that for a month straight and I'm kind of got in the mood, I probably won't put that back on my habit tracker for the next month, because it should be a habit, or unless I start falling off. Okay. And that's my budget. This is where you can check it off. Another thing you can do is to keep up with it daily, is to write it down on your to-do list, right? And so, I haven't done one today because I've been busy. So let's go to January 2nd week, and we're on Wednesday. And so you literally want to write these things, especially if you're struggling. So I might want to say workout. And this keeps a weekly total. So if you don't have the habit filled out, half a gallon of water, clean my room. These tasks need to be on your list, just like post my grades. It's everything that you need to do so that you can start checking these things off. So to recap before we close out, so you want to write the vision, the overall vision you have for your life. And these are the milestones. You start with your 3-year, your 5-year, and your 10-year vision. Then you want to set your yearly goals. Remember, we're going to take those visions, we're going to break them down into 12-week intervals so that you can stay on track of them. And so you want to write the overall goal, which is something that is measurable. And then you want to write all your action items below. Once you've written your action items below, you want to make sure that each month you're going through and finding the things that's not habits or things that you really need to work on and what you're going to focus on for that month or throughout the 12-week period. And so you're going to still have those action steps written down as well. And then once you do the action steps, you want to keep a checklist to make sure that you just can't say, oh, yeah, I did it. You're going to forget that you didn't clean your room on Thursday. So they want you to write it down. They said you should be writing these things down daily, and they do prefer you write it versus typing it. Okay. And then at the end of the week, after you've checked it off, you're going to do your percentages to see if you're hitting between 85 and 100%. And if you're hitting 85 to 100% for that 12-week period, then you can kind of say that's a habit that you form and you don't need to put that on your list. And then you can go back into your overall list and find something else that you need to focus on, right? So that these things become habits. And then lastly, don't forget that if you don't want to do the wheel, you can always write them down and check them off. Don't forget to put those tasks you're struggling with on your task list or your to-do list, and then find out when you're going to schedule them into your day. Don't leave it to chance, right? When I clean my room and put away my granddaughter's toys, all of that stuff, you should take these and plot out when you're going to get them done. Guys, I hope this video helped. If you have any comments, any suggestions, you want to leave a comment below, we would greatly appreciate it. We're all in this together, working, trying to make sure that we are achieving our goals for 2024. I thank you, and I will see you in the next one.